Can you tell me again what your change was? What you wanted to change?
Only using my credit card for like recurring things like gas and groceries.
Okay, so that's it's kind of specific but kind of vague. So what I'm going to ask you all is to get really specific, and here's why I say that, because when I was in prison, I would say this, and every person in prison would say this: I'll do anything to get out of prison. And who wouldn't? Freaking getting pepper sprayed, getting beat, fights, stabbings, who wouldn't want to get out of that? But when I say I'll do anything to get out of prison, do you know what I did for 15 years? Nothing. I didn't do anything. I actually did the exact opposite of that. I engaged in violence, I sold drugs, I sold phones, I did everything that kept me in prison. But every day I would say, I'll do anything to get out of here. And I did nothing. I actually added time to my sentence and my behavior. So the more specific that we can get, the stronger the chances we'll actually make the change. So instead of saying recurring expenses like, maybe you could name 3. I'm going to put on my credit card, I'm only going to use it for 3 recurring expenses, and start small so you can get a win. Get a win under your belt. So what happens with going from 0 to 60 is you don't really know your why. Everyone says, oh, you should set a New Year's resolution, and you do it, but you don't really know why you're doing it. You're doing it because everyone else is doing it. Everyone else said you should. So it's great. That's called harm reduction. You're actually reducing the harm that you're causing yourself, which is a great thing. It's a great step. Imagine what it's going to be like in 10, 15, or 20 years. Do you have children? Do you have a spouse? Imagine that you don't address the body issues. Imagine that you don't address the overeating, the overspending. And in 10, 15 years, how bad is it then? Like, it's not too bad right now because it's comfortable, right? So obviously it's not too bad because you're not willing to change. But in 10 or 15 years, how bad does it have to get for you to finally say, I'm willing to change it? So it took me 15 years of incarceration, 4 years in solitary confinement. And just to share with you what solitary confinement is like, I want you to imagine being locked in an elevator without your cell phone for an hour, for a day, and for a week. Your restroom is in that elevator. Your bedroom is in that elevator. Everything you need is in that elevator. You never leave that elevator. I didn't leave that elevator for 4 years. Some of the people that we serve have served 32 consecutive years in solitary confinement. And it is an inhumane treatment, but it is because of their choices. I knew the consequences of my actions. I knew that if I did that, if I engaged in gang and criminal activity, that I would be sent to solitary confinement. And I did it anyways. How many times have you failed or made a bad choice and then beat yourself up over it? How many of you ever done that? Did it help whenever you called yourself names and treated yourself like crap? Raise your hand if it helped. Oh, it didn't help. Okay. Great. So in any other area of your life where you are not ready to make a change, it's great that you know that. Stop beating yourself up. Stop shaming yourself. Lean in. Enjoy it. Because obviously there's a payoff for it. You're getting something out of it or you wouldn't be doing it. You can't manage what you don't measure. So if you're not measuring what you're doing on better communication, losing weight, stopping spending, if you're not measuring it, you can't manage it and you don't know what success is going to look like.